I don't buy that one little bit. She would be Little Miss Hypocrite. This is like the most childish conversation. Like, see, Christy? She does cry. Crazy Christy. You're horrible. I don't want to talk to you when you talk to me. Hey guys, so I accidentally watched the wrong version of the episode, so I've split this into two parts. The first part will be the reaction to the short episode, and then the second part, which will be coming out on Sunday, will be the reaction to all of the scenes that got cut from the short version and made it into the long version. So you will be seeing scenes such as...
I do want to remind you that a subway is not in a rainforest or a jungle. I'll never say your name again. No problem. You said she should give it up and go model. I heard it.
But that won't be coming till Sunday, unfortunately. So hopefully you guys understand. I'm sorry. My bad. Hello guys and welcome back to Dance Mums, and today we are jumping straight into season 3 episode 18, and it's going to be a crazy one. I can already tell it's going to kick off. I just watched the little coming up on Dance Mums, and it's just people shouting at each other the entire episode, just crying, screaming, shouting, kicking people in the balls. It's not looking good, people. It's looking like it's going to be a highly entertaining episode of Dance Mums. So without much further ado, let us get straight into the pyramid behind me, because we ain't got time to faff about, guys. We've got stuff to do. We have things to watch. So let's go. Ta-da! At the bottom of the pyramid, slightly cut off because of the camera, it's Abby. She deserves to be cut off. You know what? Get off my pyramid. Get off. You're awful. Not a very nice person today. Yeah, I didn't rate her in the last episode. I just find the whole, oh, you'll find out literally before we go on bullshit tiresome, ridiculous, and I've just had enough of her doing it. I know she's going to be doing it 101 million more times, but I just get really tired of it every single time. Just tell them who's performing before they go on, like, you know, a couple of days before they go on, not on the competition day or on the performance day, because that's ridiculous. Next up, we have Melissa and we have Christy. Just poor behaviour from both of them. They're just both so invested in getting their child on The View that actually I feel like their view has been blinded by people. Same with Jill. Jill's kind of defending Melissa for a lot of the episode, and she was not that bad, but like I can't put her any higher because I have other reasons for putting other people higher. So yeah, sorry Jill, you kind of have to suffer on the bottom of the pyramid. Up next, and we're going to be taking all of these down because they're all kind of on the same level. It's just I couldn't fit them all on the same level of the pyramid. But we've got the girls who did the last text. They absolutely slayed and smashed it. I watched the thing in my own time, the clip of the last text, and I thought they did well. I don't think it was as good as when I first saw it, but maybe it's because the impact has been lost now a little bit because I've seen it before. It's not the first time me seeing it. And I also feel like it was just an odd choice to do that kind of thing on national TV when there wasn't a great deal of group dancing in it. Maybe that's just my opinion. I think it's a great performance piece, but I don't know. I just don't feel like it was the best thing to show on the show. But somebody pointed out that the Rosa Parks episode probably hadn't aired by the time they went on The View, so that would probably make sense as to why they didn't do that one. Up next, we have two problematic queens that are just trying to survive in an Abby-filled world. And yeah, honestly, they're kind of slaying. I like them both. They both had excellent points in the last episode. I love the fact that they're just so committed to causing issues when the producers are like, right, we need someone to make an issue. And they're like, fine, we'll do it. And then up next, we have the unproblematic queen, Holly, icon, Wonder Woman. She's incredible. On the second layer of the pyramid, we have Mackenzie and Asia, purely because I just had a good time with them. I thought they were really, really entertaining. I thought they were funny. And I feel bad that they were sort of shafted by Abby the entire episode. Mackenzie was made to feel like she wasn't good enough. Asia was then made to feel like she wasn't good enough when Abby inevitably picked Mackenzie over Asia. So it just was tough on both of them. And they're only like 6-7 years old. They're 7 or 8 actually now, aren't they? So I just feel bad for them. You shouldn't be treating children like this. It's not fair. But that means on the top of the pyramid for a hilarious episode last time, it's Kathy. Kathy the Queen. She's hysterical. She's funny. She brings the drama when she needs to. I can't give her much more props than that. She's absolutely sensational. And I'm just hoping that she doesn't come across poorly in this episode. As for Anthony Burrell, he's actually worse than Abby in my opinion sometimes.
One more to back
And the
up.
turns.
Go back up.
Not Abby and Gianna trying to work out the choreography before they teach it. Come on, guys. This should have been done weeks ago. You should already know the choreography. We should be testing it out just before we're about to teach it. So unprepared and so unprofessional. Shocking, really, innit?
But now I got to get back to business. We are attending the Masters of Dance, and I know that Kathy's going to be there.
What's with this new background? What's happening? This is a very fancy background. I'm liking it. Also, for once, I actually kind of like her earrings. I think they actually look quite nice. Let me look at the full picture of them. Yeah, that orange matches the orange hairband. I actually don't think she looks that bad here, you know. She does still look like a bulldog chewing a wasp. But I think that the accessories are accessorizing. They're not doing too badly.
And she said the story is, am I obsessed with winning? Am I obsessed with dancing? Am I obsessed, like, what am I obsessed with?
And what is your obsession?
With dancing and trying my hardest and never giving up.
I don't buy that one little bit. I think that you're actually the worst dancer I've ever seen. I hate you, Chloe. Ugh. Grr. And apparently Abby's now a Southern Belle. I don't know why. Oh, honestly. She goes on a road trip around the USA. At some point, she ended up in California. Then she ended up in fucking Ontario, which was Canada. So, I don't know how she ended up there. But she's all over the gaff.
So, Christy, how are you feeling after the view? The same.
She's actually deeply burning inside. Every single fibre of her being is screaming right now because how dare you do that to my child?
Oh, you did? The way it played out, it's like I already knew, and so...
No, but don't you feel like a pawn? Like, that would make me mad.
Well, that's why...
She's tried her best to stir everything up, and I love it. I love Christy for it. She knows what she's meant to be doing on this show. She knows that she's here to just, like, make jabs, make little digs, make just little things that make you go, Christy, what you doing? What are you doing that for? And you got Asia's mum, Christy, Crazy Christy, I call her. She goes, oh, well, I knew it was going to happen. So, like, I just didn't think it was going to be that bad. And then you've got Christy in the corner who's just like, but don't you feel like a pawn? It's one of those things where she's just like jabbing in little things to really provoke her. And I do appreciate it because it does give good TV sometimes.
See, if I had a kid that couldn't understand or wasn't mature enough to just whatever.
I didn't appreciate the little dig at Mackenzie there, Christy. Crazy Christy. That's not okay. That is not allowed at all.
These moms today, you know, treated Asia and I as like an outsider, and they didn't want Asia to dance.
I can understand why, because you are an outsider. You've been here like 3 episodes, 3 weeks, if that. You're not fully integrated into the team yet.
So the group dance is going to be like the Day of the Dead.
I completely forgot about the Day of the Dead. And once again, I feel like this could be a very, very good dance, or it could be a wild misstep. And I'm just a little bit concerned that it might be the latter. Like, I am just a little bit concerned that it's going to be another one like the China dance, where she honoured a culture, but it was just like a hodgepodgey mess. But I do have faith in Anthony Burrell as a choreographer. As much as I don't like him, I feel like he has good choreography. So I can give him that at least. Can throw the dog a bone, do you know what I mean?
Do you want it to be a fist?
Fist.
This is not a fist, boys. This, to me, is weak.
And honestly, Kathy knows a lot about fists. Was that a little bit of a risky joke? No. Obviously, I'm talking about because she likes to have a punch-up. What do you think I meant? Get your mind out the gutter. She just likes a brawl, that's all. You saw her with her handbag. Next, it's going to be the fists.
The group number this week is called Runaways. Lots of privileged children run away from home. It's a problem in society today.
Oh, it was about the children running away from home. I remember this now. Yeah, I don't think this is that bad. Didn't we already do like a homeless children one? What more is there to do, Abby? What more is there to do? You're flogging a dead horse. Come up with some original ideas.
Look to her for help. Turn your back on her.
Does anybody here...
Kelly, you're on camera. Pay attention. Off your phone, please. Off your phone. Okay?
A few moments later.
You saw nothing.
I don't think Kathy's a threat. I think the boys are a threat.
And it has been shown with a good choreographer, not Kathy, to beat our kids. So yes. Yeah,
As long as Kathy's not choreographizing it, then that means that the boys will definitely have a chance at winning. If Kathy is choreographizing it, then they got no hope in hell, because Kathy is the worst person ever. I forgot to put on my cowboy hat. Howdy, y'all. It's Jill. Every time I do the Jill impression, afterwards I think, fuck, I should have worn the cowboy hat. I've literally got it to hand as well. My little candle, parts sold separately.
Without Gino and with Jalen coming in and spitting on his head, we'll spin for food or dance or whatever.
We'll spin for food / dance. Oh, they're just sitting there absolutely slating this team, like, oh wow, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, this is quite funny. I don't think Jalen was in that number. Jalen wasn't in the number that got this perfect score, so maybe they're sort of like, well, if Jalen's in it, then they're not gonna get a perfect score, which, like, I can kind of understand, because his one trick is literally just spinning around his head. That's it. He's a one-trick pony. No, I'm joking. That's mean. I've been told I'm not allowed to call people one-trick ponies. I got in trouble for that a couple of months ago.
Like, wipe your hands out. Take your hands and be like...
It just looks like she's mildly disgusted by rubbing her breasts. Abby, I feel like I'm not understanding this story because you're just rubbing yourself and pulling a disgusted face and I have no idea what's going on. What are you doing here? What is this meant to show? All I'm seeing is... just rubbing yourself. Do that in your bedroom.
Like, help me. And you push her hands back. No. 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 No.
I have no idea what's going on in this piece. I have no clue. What is going on here? What is happening in this here place?
She hasn't cried yet about that thing going on.
But wait a minute, you just said that your kid doesn't cry. I think that it was pointed out that she cried twice since she's been here, Christy.
When?
Yeah, because Jill pointed it out a couple of episodes ago, didn't she? She was like, now I'm not trying to stir trouble, but I'm gonna stir some trouble up. Asia's been crying. Save your tears for the pillow, Asia. She's been called out multiple times now. That's tough and rough for you, crazy Christy.
Apparently with Christy, you can take away her daughter's role in dancing on a national television talk show, but don't you dare say that she cries.
It is interesting where people draw the lines. It is really interesting. I feel like admitting that your child has cried when they're 7 years old is not the hill to die on. Like, it's not the hill to die on at all. 7-year-olds cry all the time. People can't necessarily fully handle their emotions at that age. I know I cried when I was 7. Of course I did. Everybody does. Like, it's not something to look down on. Obviously with Abby it is, but it is what it is with her. Do you know what I mean? She's Little Miss Hypocrite. If there was a Mr. Man book or a Little Miss book, she would be Little Miss Hypocrite. I can think of another couple of Little Misses for her as well, but they're not PG for the channel.
Don't put me in the same boat as you. My daughter wears her heart out on her sleeve. Yes, she doesn't have to go in the bathroom to cry.
Honestly, I kind of agree with Jill. Like, I feel like Kendall's very just liberal with her crying. She's very just open, and I do appreciate that because I know where I stand with her at all times. I know how she's feeling because she is so open with her emotions, and that's why I really like Kendall, actually. It's taken me a while to warm up to her because I found her a little bit odd at first, but, like, I really do like Kendall now. When she gets the chances to shine, she does shine genuinely.
I'm not going to give up because I was there. You're raising your voice. I don't care.
This is so... There's just so much energy going on here. Oh my god. There's just voices in my ears and I can't even discern what the conversation's even about. Christy, is it that big of a deal if you just admit that Asia might have just had a little bit of a cry? Is it the end of the world? Jill, do you really need to be dying on this hill, barking at Christy like that? It's just not worth it. It really isn't. This argument is not worth it. But also, it is very entertaining and I am enjoying it.
Right, Jill. I don't mind if my child cries. She's 7. She can cry all day on. So what?
She loves a swear word, does our Christy. That bleep man in the editing room is like, fuck, gotta keep adding the bleeps in. Gotta keep adding the bleeps in. Oh, fucking hell, she's had another one. Beep, beep, beep. She's actually making him work for his money. He usually just sits there once an episode. Oh, Melissa's got a foul mouth. Yeah, let me tap the button. This, so far, 3 times in one conversation. She's going for it. She's like, yeah, I'ma swear. I'ma say fuck you. Listen, as much as I dislike Christy, she is good entertainment at the end of the day. And it's nice to have someone on the show that I root against. Because, like, as much as Melissa was fun to root against in season 2, I don't feel like rooting against her in this series because I actually don't feel like she's doing anything wrong currently. There's been a couple of times where she's done some shady shit, but, like, most of the time, she's okay. She's okay in this series. Last season, she was unbearable, but this series, she's okay.
What? Who cares?
And this is why I would never, ever hate Jill and Melissa, to be fair. Because what do you mean? Abby's like, well, who the fuck's making that noise? And they're both pointing at Christy like, it's her. Oh, that is so funny. I really hope that that was actually in context, because that shot might be one of the funniest things I've ever seen on this show. That was incredible. Oh, I've been here. I've been here. When I went in 2018, I went to Bryant Park.
We're taking the kids ice skating today. I don't think this is the best thing to do before a dance competition because Abby's gonna freak out if she finds out.
I'd say half the times that I've been to ice skating, someone or myself has gotten injured. I sprained my wrist once. My friend dislocated her knee. Like, there's all sorts of crazy stuff that happens on an ice rink. And I feel like before a dance competition, this is not the smartest idea. This is not the plan because somebody could get injured and then they're out of it, gone, bye-bye.
Put your skates on. I am your mother. Put your skates on. Do you know what this is about, Maddie?
What is going on, Melissa? If she doesn't want to ice skate, don't make her ice skate. She's probably worried that she's going to hurt herself, which absolutely fair and valid. So don't force her to do it. She might also be scared of ice skating. I was scared for a long time. I didn't enjoy it. It's not my cup of tea. It's not something I would do for fun. But it's like, it's fun every once in a while with your friends.
Why aren't you going? Why?
Okay, she's not allowed to.
Why?
Because she can't be hurt.
Well, nobody can be hurt.
I do feel like ice skating before a competition, first of all, really, really poor idea. I know, obviously, that the producers have set this up more than the parents have. But, like, either way, being like, no, my daughter's not doing it because she can't get injured. Your daughter could get injured from just walking down the street. She could twist her ankle just taking a wrong step. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like this whole, ooh, is just not great. Just give her a penguin and let her just like waddle around on the ice. It's not that deep.
I have to skate around. Can I just put shoes on and stand?
I'm not playing their game. I'm not playing their game. You're not skating.
Aisha, why can't you skate? Christy, what size?
Asia, you know why you can't skate.
I do feel really bad for Asia because you can tell that she really wants to join her friends and have a fun time. And Christy's just like, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And to everyone in the comment section who's like, you need to watch Raising Asia, I will be watching Raising Asia for no other reason than to just hate on Christy. I'm going to hate watch it just so I can hate on Christy because I've heard she's a monster in it.
I don't know why it's so important for Christy to tell us that Asia never cries. Here's some tears now for Asia. I thought she didn't cry.
Melissa, that is one of your best moments. That was incredible. That was brilliant. You see this child crying and rather than being like, oh, bless her, you're like, see, Christy? She does cry. Oh, I love the pettiness. The pettiness is what I aspire to have in life. I love pettiness. It's so funny to me.
Come on, I'll hold your hand, Maddie. Look, you gotta pull it. You turn. You turn. Are you staying on the wall the whole time? Yeah. I think that's good.
That's me. I just cling to the wall and hope for the best. And then my friends were like, well, we're going. And I was like, well, I don't want to be left on my own. So they just kind of hooked arms with me and dragged me around until I was more confident to go on my own. Oh my god, I swear, ice skating is the most terrifying moment of my life. I genuinely brings me nothing but fear.
Yep, and so this is where you have to evoke that spirit, like the spell. Boom.
The name of the duet is Illusions of Dance.
We're not making these two do a duet, surely. 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 If anybody was going to do a duet, it should be Lennon and Nikki, no? The two best dancers on the team. Why is Jalen doing a duet? What's that all about? Oh, no. No, we're getting mugged off, right? We're absolutely getting mugged off.
And Jalen, when you run back,
and find each other.
Half circles.
Yeah. So when you roll on the floor.
Half circles.
Why you get butthurt? Why you get butthurt? She's allowed to give criticism and feedback. Okay? She's allowed to, like, give him a little bit of a helping hand. Don't be acting all butthurt just because she's giving some feedback. Anthony, bro. Your fragile masculinity and ego is showing. Put it away.
You don't
That
know
you're
where I'm
the
going.
artist. I
You don't
got
know where
that.
I'm going. Can you just
No,
be quiet?
no.
I'm giving them both a
Okay,
note to roll
but
on the floor,
but
and you're talking to him while I'm talking to him.
Listen, if I'm going to be able to step in to help out,
But
that's
you're
what
not.
I'm
But you
going
don't
to
know what
do.
you're talking about.
Oh, really?
You don't know what you're.
Yeah, this is so unbelievably demeaning. You don't know what you're talking about. Can you just shush? Sorry, excuse me? I'm hiring you here. You've got a job because of me. You don't get to talk to me like that. If you don't want my custom, the door's there, do you know what I mean? You can go, you can leave. I don't want you here. I'd rather choreograph it myself than have to deal with you. This guy is just toxic as fuck. Like, I didn't hate him in the last episode because he was kind of sweet at times. But this episode, he just turned out to be a cock.
Oh, if you're going to
If
give
you're
the
gonna get in my
note,
face, step
if
out of my
you're-
face.
I'm
Step
not
out
in
of
your
my
face.
face. I
You
have
want to
kids.
see me in
Don't
your
talk to
face?
me. You will never be in my face.
Don't.
This is like the most childish conversation. Get out of my face. I'm not in your face. Do you want me to get in your face? You'll never be in my face. What is going on? This is like year 2 bullshit. This is the kind of stuff that like little toddlers would be like arguing over. Get over it. Get over it. At your big ages, are you seriously having this conversation? Sort yourselves out.
Don't be condescending
You will
to
never
me.
be in my
Okay,
face.
then don't tell me not to get in your face if I'm not in your face.
Yeah, nobody's in anybody's faces. There was at least 2 meters between you. You could have passed COVID regulations. Do you know what I mean? So no one was in anybody's face, okay? If she was like up there in your face, then I could understand. But there was a considerable distance between you two. Enough so that the camera shots weren't even getting the other person in. So, pipe down, Anthony Burrell.
And you all are gonna do 100 push-ups.
Huh?
She doesn't have to do the 100 push-ups because she didn't ice skate.
First of all, 100 push-ups is crazy. Second of all, who told her? Who told her about the ice skating? Oh, it's fucking Christy, wasn't it? It was fucking crazy Christy. Brilliant.
You know, when somebody gets hurt, everybody else has to pay for it.
Nobody got hurt, first of all. And second of all, do you really think that it was the mum's choice, or do you think production made them? I have a feeling it was the latter. I have a feeling.
I still stand. Asia knows, and she's not going to ice skate 2 days before competition because you can't be 100% sure an accident won't happen on the ice.
That's not what you said yesterday.
Well, I'm telling you now.
Couple of things to say about that. First of all, don't talk to Christy like that. Second of all, I'm talking about our Christy, not crazy Christy. Crazy Christy, don't say that to actual Christy. Second of all, I do find it ridiculous when they're like, oh, you don't know what accidents are going to happen. You don't know what anything is going to happen. You don't know what the future has in store. Heaven forbid that, like, one day your child accidentally does something just normal. Like, I don't know, she's walking down the street, she trips, she falls, she breaks her nose. That happens. You can't wrap your children in cotton wool and stop them from getting hurt 24/7 unless you literally wrap them in bubble wrap and roll them down the street. That's all that's going to happen, is just they can hurt themselves in any scenarios. Children will find the craziest ways to hurt themselves without even knowing it, and then it's done. Do you know what I mean? But ice skating, you know the risks, you know what's happening. 9 times out of 10, you fall over, whoopsie doopsie, you got a little bit of a bruise. That's the worst that happens in 9 out of 10 cases. Anything worse than that is very, very rare, or you're just being stupid. Do you know what I mean?
Why are you getting all bent out of shape? Nobody's asked you.
Christy, look at me when you talk. Look at me when you talk.
I don't want to look at you at all. I don't even want to look in your direction. I don't want to, like, acknowledge that you exist. You're horrible. Why have you caused an argument over nothing? All you've done is gloat in the other mum's faces, being like, well, my child didn't do it. That's why she's not having to do the sit-ups, because I'm a responsible parent. Okay, whoop-de-doo for you. Well done. But whose child was crying yesterday because they couldn't take part?
You need to settle yourself down.
No, I don't.
You need to
Because guess
settle
what?
yourself
You look
down.
at me like you talk to me. Don't look at your phone. Look at me. Because I'm answering.
tell me what to
I'm
do.
telling you what you do.
It's just vile. Do you know what I mean? It's actually just vile. Like, they're all just sitting there trying to mind their own business, and she's just going off on one. Christy.
Your mouth is moving a lot like a rat. Yappa, 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 yappa.
Shut it, place.
I'm sorry, you guys are miserable.
Our kids are happy. They had a great time.
You talk to me.
What
If you're gonna ask me a question,
look at you when I talk to you.
Again, I love the pettiness. I don't want to talk to you when you talk to me. This is why I can't hate Christy. She's just too extra, but she's very quick-witted with it. And I gotta give her credit where credit's due. She is entertaining, but not crazy Christy. We don't like crazy Christy.
Complaining about every little that happens.
Mary, I don't know why.
There's the beeper again. Fucking hell, he's really having to work overtime today, isn't he? My goodness, this poor guy. He's going to have a week off next week.
And then Christy's over there standing there making faces like, oh my God, I can't believe she's saying that.
Why are we raising our voice? Why are we screaming and shouting? Why are we letting the whole world know what's going on in this room? Do you know what I mean? Like, why can't we just have a calm, rational conversation? So far, Christy's been the one to be like, and Jill, and Holly, they've all been relatively calm, apart from the one outburst, obviously. But, like, why are we still at the same pitch and volume? Chill. It's really not that deep. Really isn't that deep, crazy Christy.
But then you can't look me in the eye and then
looking
tell
you
me.
in the eye, bitch.
Bitch, let's go. Let's go.
I'm not that.
Whoa, we're not going outside. Listen, you know when Yvette called you out and said you had no class? This is what she's talking about. Because what do you mean you do a confrontation by being like, let's go scrap outside? Sorry, where are we? Where are we? Because I thought we were in a civilized situation. We're not in some kind of death match in the Hunger Games. We ain't gonna fight it out. No. You can fight yourself outside. But I ain't joining you. Sus.
Settle
No,
yourself
I don't.
down.
Do not call me a bitch if you can't back it up.
I can back it up, but I don't fight like
okay,
that.
then don't use those words towards me.
I'm gonna call you what I want. What I really want to call you, we can't say. Okay? We can't say on camera. Because it will just get blanked and I'll probably get kicked out. Do you know what I mean? So what I want to call you, bitch was the tame version. Okay? Back it up. Back your booty. Back onto that seat and behave.
Please refrain from using the term thunder.
What are you going to hit me? Watch your tongue.
What are you going to hit me?
Watch your tongue.
Are you going to hit me?
Watch your tongue.
No, because this is exactly what I'd do. I'd be like, hit me then. Go on, hit me. Because the consequences for you hitting me are going to be a lot worse than the consequences that I'm going to get from this. So I'm going to keep on riling you up. I'll take the hit just so that you can leave the show. I will happily take a punch. I'll happily take a slap. I'll take anything just to get rid of you.
Why are you so violent?
I'm not violent. You just don't know how to handle me. That's why.
I'm not violent, you just don't know how to handle me. Well, the way to handle you apparently is to have a scrap outside, so maybe you are violent. Is that not a logical conclusion to come to?
Save it. Okay.
You save it.
Save it.
I'm not looking away now, am I?
Good. Now I've taught you a lesson.
You taught me how I don't want to behave.
You taught me a lesson? I don't want to behave. Yeah, that's right, Christy. You beat Christy crazy. Christy crazy, crusty. You beat her with the power of words. Didn't need to scrap outside. See, I respect nothing less than someone who wants to deal with a confrontation by fighting. I just think it's ridiculous. Use your words. Have it out. Do not become physical because I will not respect you at all. Like, there's no part of me that will respect you.
Where's Kathy? Vivi's sick.
Vivi's always sick.
Vivi's really sick.
Oh, wait, Kathy's not coming? And also, that wasn't very kind of you, Melissa, to be like, wow, Vivi's always sick. That wasn't very nice. Boo you, Melissa.
Our kids are here. Kathy's team is here. No Kathy. Hallelujah. There is a God.
Jill, you're too funny with it. You're too funny. What do you mean, yay? What do you mean, yay, no Kathy? Calm yourself.
They don't choreograph for the kid what the kid does well. There's a difference between being an amazing dancer and being an amazing choreographer.
Right?
And you're yet to figure that one out, aren't you? Yeah, that was a funny joke, guys. You have to laugh there. Okay, I'm going to try it again. Okay? And I need you to laugh this time. Whew. And you're still yet to find that one out, aren't you? Thank you, guys. I know, I'm hilarious. I am the funniest person on the planet. You're still watching, right?
She probably thinks she doesn't need to be here because she has it all wrapped up.
Yeah.
or Vivian is genuinely ill. Like, I feel like that's a really wild excuse to throw out if it isn't true. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's it's a bit cruel. Do you know what I mean?
Kelly, she stole your Jetsons outfit.
It's like Buzz Lightyear.
Let me see.
That's Buzz Lightyear.
We need to run her number.
So she's meant to be a robot, but she's dressed like an alien. Riddle me that one, Batman, because what's going on here? This is a great outfit, but it doesn't scream robot, it just screams alien. Whoa. Yeah, damn, that's impressive. Do you know what? I was fully ready to give that a 10 until that last little bit where she just mucked up the robot. When you're doing the robot, it's really important that you remain as rigid as possible so that everything looks like you are moving in a machine. Obviously, I'm not doing a very good job of it, but she just felt too loosey-goosey with it, and it did just kind of take me out of it. But the rest of that, sensational. I thought it was really, really good. I think that's the best I've ever seen her dance. Like, genuinely. It was incredible. It really, really was. Now, I want to see something different. Because, again, we're seeing a lot of the same styles of dance with Asia. It would be nice to see something new. Contemporary, lyrical. Just something that gives her a little bit to work with. A challenge. We know she can do this style of dance. Why not give her something that's going to push her to be a better, more versatile dancer? It was cute, it was sweet, but it's missing that wow factor. And I say this about all of her dances. And I think it's because, like, she's gotten to a point where I don't think she's improving as a dancer. And I don't mean that in a shady way, but I feel like she's kind of reached a peak that she isn't quite able to transcend yet. She's kind of just, like, plateaued at the moment, and she hasn't really gotten any better from, like, this season at all. Like, I remember from her first dance, like, she was really good, and it's kind of just stayed at that consistently good stage. Like, I haven't really seen her do anything that's made me go, oh my god, that's so cool. I don't know. I think I'd give it an 8. I enjoyed it, and I thought it was a good number, but again, I'm just missing that va-va-voom. And yeah, I also, like, I don't know, I think I was paying too much attention to her, like, her actual dancing than, like, her performance, but I don't think the performance shone in this one. I think I was paying more attention to the dancing, so maybe I need to have a rewatch of it, but yeah, I don't know. An 8, I feel like that's still good. An 8 out of 10 is still a very good score at the end of the day. Kathy was in the audience just then. What's going on here? Hang on a minute, let me back that up a little bit. That is Kathy and Vivi. Hello. What's going on? When did she turn up? What happened there? I hate watching Chloe dance sometimes because I sit there and I just feel so bad for her because I think that's one of the worst choreographed routines ever. It was horrendous. The choreography in that was diabolical from Abby. Like, sort yourself out. Chloe, she did a good job with it, but I'm gonna have to give her a 7. Like, I don't think it was amazing. It wasn't what I expected it to be. It wasn't that great. It was just kind of meh, I can't lie, and I am a little bit disappointed. But mostly in Abby, not in Chloe. I think Chloe did a fantastic job, like I said. But the choreo just really let that down. That was piss poor choreography from Abby.
Hold on, it's getting bumpy, lean on me.
I'm gonna give it a 9. I don't know why as a choreographer you would choreograph a count of 8 to just run around the stage. I think it's pointless. I think it's like, it's actually a waste of time. Like, you've got limited time on stage and you're gonna waste it running around a little bit. What? But that ending with the stethoscope, oh my goodness, made me feel all kinds of emotion. So well done, Lennon. You did absolutely fantastic. I have to give that a 9 out of 10. It was absolutely incredible. So very, very well done. I did really enjoy that.
I don't know if he was saving somebody's life or he decided that he was a doctor, but he was dying too. I don't know.
I don't think it was as complicated as that. I don't think there was like a deep-rooted meaning behind it. Not every dance needs to have a message behind it. It can just be I'm a doctor and I'm just dancing. Which, now I say that out loud, does sound a little bit ridiculous. But Abby, shut up. Shut up, it was a good dance.
Hey, nice job, Ab. Could be a big sweep this week. Did you bring your broom? Fly in on your broom?
Nope, she didn't want to bite at that, which absolutely fair and valid. Sorry, Kathy, you tried, but you didn't try hard enough.
We've got fabulous costumes that Anthony has went all out on. I think that the choreography is fresh.
I have to say, this face paint is looking so cool. Like, they really, really put time and effort into this, and I really do appreciate that. I do think that this is going to be a good dance. I really hope so, at least.
Yep, it's brilliant.
And let's run this number.
Come on, let's run.
Is Jalen not in this number? Did we say no to Jalen in this number? Which, absolutely fair and valid. I don't think he should be in the number. At least give him a little bit of a face paint.
You all are aware of this. Let's make them all aware. A teacher's success is based solely on the success of her students. Kathy doesn't have any success.
I was wondering where she was going with that, because I was like, yeah, I actually do agree with her. And then she just had to add that little jab in at the end. What a nasty, vindictive woman. Kind of a slay. I thought it was quite good. I didn't feel like it was as exciting as I wanted it to be, so I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10, but it was still a bloody good number. Like, I gotta give them credit where credit's due. I thought the face paint, the costumes, the dancing, the moves that they were doing, I was like, ooh, this is all kind of working together to make a very, very lovely dance. So yeah, big credit to them. 100%. I gotta give credit. Yeah, this music's been dubbed, right? Yeah. Okay.
Red pants, didn't know what they were doing. I wasn't. No, that's Paige. Paige generally doesn't know what she's doing.
I mean, the number kind of sucked, I can't lie. like, regardless, we'll get to Kathy and Anthony in a minute, but, like, regardless of what happened with that whole situation, that was a bad number. That was, like, 5 out of 10. That was really bad. Considering we came off of, like, a really good dance last week, which was, like, what was last week's one? Was it the one without Maddie? Yeah, that was 10 out of 10. That was brilliant. And then we come to this one, and I'm like, it's okay. Like, it's okay. It's kind of so-so. Let's talk about the whole Kathy and Anthony situation. First of all, very unprofessional to be talking about the people on stage in a negative light. Even more disrespectful to be talking about it behind the people whose children are dancing on stage. That's kind of crazy, I can't lie. Like, I normally have something to defend Kathy with, but I can't defend her for that. That was low from her, and that was a very nasty, horrible moment for Kathy. I didn't appreciate that from her, I can't lie. Yeah. Yeah, tough. Very tough indeed.